Okay, before we get started, this is a bit of a nod to David Tipton up in Queensland. May he survive what he has to go through. I'm sure it's okay for me to say that he has prostate cancer and he's going to go through some pretty nasty treatment. So this is for you, David. Cheers. Okay, so hello. This is just a bit of an introduction to the clock radios that I have at the moment. One's a AWA MA563 and the other is an HMV 6353. So I don't know what was going on there when they numbered them, but very suspicious, the numbering system. So they both came out of Sydney in the mid-1950s. This one is 54, the AWA, and the HMV is 56. So that's the Olympic year in Melbourne. All I've done is take the speak rate of another radio, the HMV, which I have lying around, an old trashy, well, maybe not trashy, but certainly worse the wear radio that's been, the case has been repaired a number of times on it, and tried it out on the other radio and it does seem to fit. So there's a bracket which is impossible to get hold of too down there, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Neither of them work, of course. Both the clocks work on them and the HMV lights up, the valves light up on it, and the AWA is just as dead as a doornail. So there must be a broken switch or something like that in the clock. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. I do have some of my tools here, which I brought over from the workshop. We do have access to the workshop now. The builders were supposed to come in today, but who knows what's going to happen with the construction industry at the moment. There's big riots everywhere. And yes, so they were particularly bad yesterday. You can probably see in the background that I also have a Astor GA from 1936 or 37, depending on where you look. A couple of the parts on that radio are dated I think 1937, so it was probably made in December 1937. They had a very, very short history. There was a console version of it, I think it's a CM500 from memory. This is a beautiful radio. It's in really good condition. It needs a really good clean up, which I have done a little bit of. You can see the pictures on 50lux.com.au, so 50lux.com.au, and I'll put a link into that radio also in the comments here. The other radios I'll work on when I get a bit of time. As I said, the tools are here. I've got a multimeter here. I have not brought the capacitors and the resistors over, and that's going to be the first thing to do with both of them. The AWA in particular has these nasty grey Elna caps from the 1960s, which are so troublesome in the Sony gear. So they were good at the time, but they haven't lived up to their, well, I guess they're over 50 years old now. So yeah, but this AWA doesn't have any paper caps in it. It's been recapped probably in the 60s. Has polyesters and some drops in them. The other one is completely original with the paper caps. So without further ado, we'll get into it now. Okay, we're trying something a bit different today. What we're going to do to start off with is pull the speaker out of this radio here. This old, oops. This old HMV radio, and we're going to try and put it into this one over here, which is a clock radio. If I can get the camera to work. Yeah, so that's it there. And I believe the clock works on this radio, but the radio itself doesn't work, which is par for the course because I also have an AWA in the same situation. So we're going to try and do them both. I'm working from a little tiny room in the back of my house at the moment. And yeah, so we've got a small desk here, and this is my edit station. So you can see those there, and the other monitors folded out the way. And yes, let's see how we go. So, yep. And these Aldi screwdrivers, they're basically very, very soft. This was just one screw which I undid or tried to undo, and the whole tip bent irreparably. So yeah, they're not good, but they'll do for this at the moment. But they're only $10, so $9.95 or some rubbish. But okay, so let's get into it. This old HMV has well and truly seen better days. I picked it up as part of a big haul down in Tyab at the beginning of the year, and it was just a freebie really. So I've been using it for parts. And that seems to be threaded. Yeah, it is. So as you can see, this is pretty, yeah, it's got paint all over it. Although the back isn't that bad, I'll keep the back. The actual radio is not too bad inside, but the case has been well and truly destroyed. As you can see down the bottom here. I'll give you a close-up of the case once I get it out. Take it easy, personal loan and hire purchase or something. Available to approved customers. Phone 5779. And that's the number. So probably mid-1960s or something like that. This radio was built around about 1957. So, okay, let's go back into it. As I said before, this case has well and truly seen better days. And so we'll just put those there and pull it out. Yep. So there you can see where that repair is, and you can read that. Yep. Very interesting. So it's pretty old. I hadn't noticed that before because I hadn't looked at it from this angle. So it tells you how to do the alignment. You can see that label there, but the case is pretty, pretty much had it. It's been scraped and it's been repaired badly. The face, it's pretty cloudy through there, and there's cracks in it too. So yeah. This is a donor radio then. It could be repaired, but it'd be an awful lot of work. So as you can see, this is a bit crusty too. All the tar is leaked out of that transformer there. Must have been really hot. This can has got 557 on it. So, and that valve has got all gunk inside it. That one too, where it's flowed across. So all in all, it is not in good condition. Okay. So let's, maybe not. This speaker is well and truly caked with gunk. So these have the standard thing for removing the glass. So just undo that a bit, then it will start to turn. Yep. And then the glass will just come out. Ooh, that is chipped up there. Ooh, that's nasty. So this has been well and truly in the heat. So we'll put that over there. All the numbers are rippled. Bits of grass. Yeah. So, okay. So this one has the clips on it. I don't have any soldering tools here yet. They've given us access to the workshop area, but and I've got most of my stuff out into storage, so that's something at least. These are not original. One or two of these, one of the two of these is not original. This is a rounded flat screw, and the bottom one in here, if you can see right I don't think you can see that. This is pretty filthy, this radio. But down in there, there is a hex screw. Let's see if I can get those. But it does have a slot in it. This is going to be very difficult to get my screwdriver in here. Around this. Do we have anything smaller? Yep. Go through there, and of course that doesn't line up, does it? Okay, let's just make this that way, so anymore. Okay, that way. Like the wires, that's it. That's good. In the salvage. This is a terminal block. Okay. Just about, but not quite. And sorry, stick the flow too. Yes. And so we can stand in there. It's not quite coming in. Just like. That's how it's done. There you go. Yes, and it's out. All that forward is through. Okay. I thought it was easier. Okay. Nice and water. Yeah. Same original. I think it's such a bad thing. Never mind. Okay. And over here. Why are things that seem so straightforward so difficult? Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay. And we're nowhere near it. Why are things that seem so straightforward so difficult? Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, 10 minutes later, I finally got that little screw out, and the speaker still won't move. Getting covered in muck here. There we go. Okay. What's it attached to at the bottom of? Oh, I see. It's got a bracket around the bottom, the speaker, the magnet, which I'll need to undo. That's relatively easy. He says very hopefully. Yep. So to get the bottom screw out, I had to loosen this off. So hopefully this will move now. No. Yes. There we go. Yuck. Ugh. So you can see all the garden stuff in there, so it's pretty bad. You can see that, yeah. So I'm going to take this outside and do something with it. Okay, we're back. Let's wait for that truck to go past. So it's out and it's clean and it actually looks pretty good, this speaker. So there's no problems with it at all. There's no holes in it. I don't know how good it is. And the voice call might be well and truly stuffed or burnt out or something. But so far, so good. Unfortunately, well, maybe not. I lost one of these little, if we can get this to focus. One, no. There's little brass. Got to work out the focus on this camera. I'll work out the there's a little brass spacer, and that fell out. So, okay. So we'll move on to the other radio, and looks like the battery is going flat already. So yeah. This is my ZV-1 camera, which I bought recently, and it tells you how much the current take has been running for, but not the total time, unfortunately. So, okay, it seems you can run the camera off the power. So, okay, where was I? Right. Yep. So I haven't tried the ZV-10 yet. That's still in its box, and yeah, but it's a little bit complicated to set up that. Okay, so let's get going with this one. As I said before, just in case it was cut off, this speaker is in excellent condition, but it may be, the voice coil may have gone on it. So it looks pretty good. There's a bit of rotting down the bottom there where all that muck was, and a couple of little nicks and cuts or scrapes down the bottom. But yeah, and yeah. Okay, so I seem to have got all the muck out of it. This one can be taken away, I think. Just give you a... That's interesting. Much smoother the zoom on power. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look at that. It's pretty crusty down there. And yeah, okay. Yeah, and that's 557 there, so we know that this radio was built in 1957. Oh no, I didn't lose the spacer down the sink. Yeah, there's two of them here. This was 4 in here originally. Let's put this down here. Out the way. It's probably the original plug too. An old ring grip thing. The original power cord. Of course, we don't keep those. Right. Let's clean this off. Okay, we're back. Very tight in here. Okay, so this is the said clock radio. This is the condition it came in. I had to buy 2 other radios, or 4 other radios actually, when I bought the Astor GA, which I'm probably not going to restore for a couple of months until things settle back down again. I do have another one of these knobs. This one is cracked here. It's cracked right down the center. It looks white on the camera, but it's actually this beigey browny color. They call this bone, which is, yeah. So hopefully the other knob will match. This one is a 2-piece one. The other one is for tuning, and it's only a 1-piece, and that's what I have. So let's try and get these knobs off very carefully. That's 1. And 2. So this must be a different mechanism to the AWA ones, because the AWA has a center thing as well. So this one, okay, so that's 556. So this is about a year older than the green one. Okay. So this one, the actual body of the case is in a bit better condition, although it's still not as good as the what would you call it? Not white, but the other one, the very light yellow creamy coloured one. But it doesn't have a back on it, which is going to be a bit of a problem because the bone sets were only for the clock radios. As far as I know. So as I said, finding the back will be a problem. Okay. So let's have a look. Would help if I took those knobs off. Crunchy, crunchy. It's pretty dusty inside. Okay. Oh, so looks pretty original actually. And it's been heat damaged. We can see in there, it's all black. Get the angle right. Yeah, it's all been blackened up in the top, and there's heat damage there and there and there. So it looks as though this was pretty much on the way to being irreparably damaged actually, or warping. I'm going to take this outside and hose it out because it's pretty disgusting, but I'll put this down on the floor. Hopefully won't back the chair over it. Okay, so yeah, it's got a different movement in it. So this is a tech ROM. Okay, I won't disturb that because the phosphorus is a bit nasty. Okay, oh dear. So let's have a look inside. So it's pretty much original inside. It's got all the original caps in it. That's as far as it'll go. So yeah. I think this is pretty filthy too. So it's going to have to go outside. I don't have my compressor to blow it all out, which is a real pain. Should have done this outside, but okay, so that looks like the original clip on there, and we'll see what we've got on this one. I don't think that's original, to be quite honest, because it's the same tape as what has been used here. There's fibrous tape which is not going to come off easily, and of course I don't have the tools here, do I? Oh, yes I do. We'll try and attack this. Oh yeah. Yes, the clips are on it. Okay. So I can move. And it's just wound around. You won't be able to see that, but the wire is just put around it. So we'll undo this, then we'll have this up on the variac. So I'm not too concerned about plugging it straight into the wall, which I wouldn't normally do, but it has been tried before, and it's, as I said before, originally the clock worked, but the radio itself didn't, because of course there's no speaker in it. Don't know why they took the speaker out. Okay, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Guess there was an extension speaker or something. Okay. And of course these are too loose because they've been bent. Tighten that up. It's got wire on it. Okay. Okay, so I've got some tension on it. Let's plug this in. Don't know why, but the pins on these old plugs are always bent. Okay, let's look at everything. Okay, switched on. Let's not touch anything. Don't know why, but the pins on these old plugs are always bent. Okay, let's see if we get anything. Okay, switched on. It's not touching anything. Okay, here we go. Well, the clock's turning. You can see the second hand. But none of the valves are lighting up. Ooh. Okay, we've got a dodgy switch by the looks of it. We did have something for a second there. The dial lights lit up. Just chewing that up. Okay. Okay, that should be auto radio. It should be on. Off. Okay, that's the on position there. Oh no, the valves are lighting up. Okay. Okay. We still don't have any sound. That one's not lighting up. Yes, it is. Let's try swapping these around. Did get a little bit of crackle out of it then. And it wasn't the crusty tuning either. Yes, the tape is hitting the tuning capacitor. Well, it certainly smells like it's working. Okay, so I think something else is going on here. What we'll do then is we'll clean it all up, blow all this dust out of it, and maybe take, oh yes, it's beginning to smell, burnt dust. Yuck. Yuck. Yeah, and then we'll go from there, because it's, as I say, it is burning the dust and it stinks. So, and I might, yeah. That is definitely not original. Although it does look, there is some original cardboard behind it. Yeah. Okay, so let's leave it here for the moment, and as I say, I'll clean it up and get some tools out. Not quite sure, maybe the two screws hold this one on. Doesn't seem to have the lever that the other one does. That really does stink of burnt dust and cigarette smoke. Okay. So this is it inside. As you can see, all the dust. So it should be fairly clean after after all that dust is blown off. It won't be rusty or anything like that. Yeah. Okay. So I'll leave it for today and be back tomorrow. So this video is taking a bit longer than expected. The radio is a bit complicated to work without the necessary tools, namely the soldering iron and the capacitors, which are still in the workshop. So I'll leave it here and come back to it. The AWA is in about the same position, so I'll do a video on that one, and hopefully the supplies and the tools that I need will be here in maybe a day or two, and I can continue on. This morning we had a fairly major earthquake, and so don't be surprised if that was all over the news. It was centred up in Mansfield, which is about 150 k's from here by the crow flies, and it actually did some damage to a number of buildings here in Melbourne, and apparently a few buildings up in Mansfield area as well. So Mansfield is a fairly rural area. It's the gateway to one of the ski fields up in Victoria, and yeah, so but nobody was injured or anything like that. So it was about 5.8, 5.9 on the Richter scale, or the scale. It's not the Richter scale, that's a different one that they use, but it was 5.8. The worst one we had in Australia was in Newcastle, maybe 30 years ago, in the late 80s, I think it was, 88 or 89 or something like that. Yeah, but this is the most severe one that has been recorded in Victoria. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll catch you later.